Okay, today we are playing a game on VoD. We are playing Moira the entire way through, and there's no actual SR for this game because it took place during the off-season. Also, our team is terrible by extension. We're not going to go into it. Suffice to say, it's really bad. I encourage you to use your imagination to think about how bad the team comp could be, and we're just going to start the game by getting walled off in the spawn with our Bastion and Hanzo. It's okay, Bastion can dig us a tunnel out, so we're free like half a second sooner. Worth it. So we can see that they have a relatively sane-looking team, because we've managed to see all their silhouettes through the wall. They don't really have very many DPS, because they only look to have a Torbjorn and a Mei, which is not exactly tearing it up DPS-wise. Also, Torbjorn's now dead. But in an ironic twist of fate, Torbjorn has killed a turret. So, we're gonna have trouble getting in, even though they just lost their Torbjorn, because we've just lost 3 people. So we're pretty fucked, all things considered. So, we use the healing orb here. No real reason to use the healing orb. We can just hold left click over these people because the healing orb's still really bad, as it turns out. One day, there was something about them changing how it worked, but we'll see. I have doubts that the healing orb is ever actually going to be better than the damage orb. So, we're also the only healer, and we have no tank, as you may have noticed, so that's making getting in difficult. Also, like, you know, yeah, there's some things that I just have to wonder why someone thought they were allowed to do that. For example, Junkrat just walking through the front door on VoD. When has that ever actually been allowed to happen? I don't understand how people can be this way. He's getting hooked. Fuck, right? Just, everybody's dead. We're alive. Skype's beeping. Jesus Christ. Oh, good heavens, it almost beeped again, but I've managed to save you from it. So, we have a tank now. Thank the Lord. We just got hooked and killed, because we're standing in front of the choke point for no real reason. So, just like, right out in the open. Very bad. We stand near cover, you know. Even if we're playing someone like Moira, Roadhog's just like easiest money I've ever seen in my life. You gotta stay near walls. Even if, like, Reinhardt kind of pulls the rug out from under you sometimes, try and stay near a wall anyway. Even if you're following a Reinhardt. Because, you can't trust people who pick Reinhardt. I would know. I play Reinhardt, and I would not encourage you to trust me. So, really, we're in too deep at this point. We're in, like, drastically too deep. We've come in here to try and save this boy. He's not worth as much as us, so we shouldn't have even bothered. We then also start worrying about doing DPS more than healing, but we shouldn't really have been in there anyway. We also shouldn't be doing this, because Moira's ultimate is a support ultimate at the end of the day, yeah. And, you kind of need your team around to actually do anything with Coalescence. It's not a drastically big play-making ultimate. In fact, it does very little to actually make plays. You just try and hit as many of your team and the enemy team with it as possible. Doesn't really work if your team's dead at the time. Granted, our team are very rarely alive, as we've seen. For example, half of them are currently dead. Reinhardt's probably dead. Reinhardt's dead. He's also dead. Oh, half our team is about dead. Oh, wall goes up. Yep, slightly over half our team is dead. Sombra's going into Emp while the whole team is currently dead. It's alright, because looks like she caught Zenyatta, and then he died in one hit afterwards, because it does a lot of damage to Zenyatta. Don't do this. You know, fading forward aggressively is okay sometimes, but you gotta know you're not gonna get punished for it. And, fading around the corner without really knowing what's around the corner is a pretty solid way to get punished for it, so don't do that. Don't do that. Pretty easy to kill when Fade is on cooldown. Moira is so hard to kill. Fade's only got a 6-second cooldown. Yes, but she also only has 200 health. It really annoys me. I'm going to complain, as I often do. It really annoys me when people compare Moira to Winston, because they're like, oh, it's so crazy the support has the mobility, like, has an ability with the same cooldown as Winston's jump. Here's the thing, Winston has 300 more hit points and a shield, and an ult that can give him another 1,000 health buffer. Moira has 200 health, so if she fades badly, she dies. The same is also true of Winston. If he jumps badly, he dies as well. So, something very sad is I don't know if they actually put it through yet. They were changing the way that Moira's damage orb works so that it won't damage Symmetra's turrets. I'm pretty sure that went through. I don't really see Symmetra that frequently. I've also been going through this process lately of trying to get good at a fighting game, and that's been going predictably terribly, but as a result, haven't played Overwatch that much for the last, like, week or two. Instead, I've just been getting, you know, generally wrecked in Street Fighter. Very sad, but also makes sense, because, it must be really upsetting to play Symmetra against a Moira, because you can just chuck your damage orb in from across the entire map and wipe out her entire turret nest. Sometimes multiple turret nests, because it can bounce through multiple rooms and such, so we're having a great time right now watching this fight happen underneath us. And very limited, we had to do very little. That was a terrible earth shatter. I can tell without even seeing how many people it hit that it was bad. Mei's coming in to use her ultimate, you know, when her team's already lost the fight. We can just sprinkle Reinhardt from all the way over here, and he's not gonna die. Mei's upset about that one. All she did was break a turret. We have a Torbjorn now. We didn't really have to do very much to actually capture the checkpoint. They just kind of suddenly lost, and we sat up on the high ground sprinkling water on the bystanders. Yes, I know it's yellow water. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with it. So Torbjorn's got Molten Core, which is very exciting when you're attacking on a payload map. Reinhardt, he's going in. He did get the other Reinhardt, though, so it was worth it. I didn't actually know they had another Reinhardt, so this is news to me. Genji has used Dragon Blade to kill Roadhog. That's certainly interesting, and Mei has managed to kill Pharah. So a few interesting things just happened in the kill feed right there. Meanwhile, we're standing on the payload, because somebody has to, so it's going to be us. And most of our team are currently dead. Oh, look, they have a Doomfist. This is terrible news for us, because Moira doesn't kill Doomfist anywhere near approaching quick enough, and Doomfist will actually bully you to death as Moira, because you just can't kill him quickly enough, and he'll keep coming. Doomfist players don't stop, you know? So, I mean, obviously not, because they should stop playing Doomfist, but they don't stop there, so why would they stop anywhere else? So YouTube is deciding to be that way. There we go. So, I've gone back too far. It's okay, whatever. So Pharah did that. It wasn't very good, honestly, but she got away with it. We have now faded into Reinhardt. This is bad in and of itself, because Reinhardt smacking you is very bad if you're playing someone squishy. Like Moira, you know, she's squishy, she's a support. And it wasn't just Reinhardt either, so it ended up being even worse. Again, you can fade forward aggressively, but you have to know you're not going to get punished. Fading next to a Reinhardt is a pretty good way to get punished. It's okay. Team's still winning the fight. We've got Coalescence. I need healing, as I'm being healed. Classic. Enemy team's back now. Great. So we're currently, like, flanking as Moira, which is not what you should be doing. The idea might have been to get back to the point quicker, but that's kind of not what ended up happening. We kind of ended up just, like, flanking. So I'm trying to pinpoint where the center point of this blizzard is right now. It's, like, behind the payload, because we try and get out of the frost, but I think if we just ran for the payload... No, it's a little bit... It's hard to tell. I can't tell exactly where the center of this blizzard is. Hold on. No. Go further back. Where's the robot? What's the robot's name? Snowball. I think if we went towards the payload, we might have had a better chance. I can't really tell where the center point is, though. We didn't quite get at it. It's okay. We didn't die. I would have honestly just started using Coalescence. We're currently trying to run down the other Moira who's using her Coalescence, don't bother. You will not kill her through Coalescence with just your right-click. Like, you're going to have to roll her as well, but that's not very likely. So this is quite telegraphed. He even jumps before he does it, which is a faux pas when you're playing Reinhardt, but a very common one. We had Fade up, we could have dodged it, we just didn't react in time. I'll concede that reacting to Earth Shatter is difficult. You don't usually have much time, but one of the cool things about Fade is that you're invulnerable while you're fading, so you can dodge ultimates like Reinhardt's. So, even if your Reinhardt betrays you and doesn't block the Earth Shatter, you can still dodge it. So, that's a great benefit. Not many heroes can actually say that. So, this is currently going better than expected, honestly. Pharah starts doing that very unexpectedly. But we are trying to do, like, we're focusing a lot on doing damage. And, we are the only healer. We are also a healer, so healing is our #1 priority, and we're focusing a lot on doing damage in this game. Whereas we should be focusing on healing more than doing damage. Moira does have the obligation to do damage, yes, because otherwise she can't heal people, but healing is still priority 1. So we've still gotten it most of the way. Honestly, I consider this to be a smashing success for Eichenwald, mostly because we've literally smashed a gate, so it has to be a smashing success. But we've also gotten to the 3rd checkpoint. Frankly, is usually enough, because most teams struggle to get it to the 3rd checkpoint. Especially in lower SRs. People in low SRs are very bad at attacking in general, and Eichenwald is a difficult map to attack, so... Don't know how Reinhardt managed to survive that long, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, he only just recently died, despite having no right to have lived that long. Mei is also very annoying as Moira, because, again, you'll never in a billion years actually kill a Mei. I was going to say a Mercy. No, you can kill a Mercy. Oh, just look Winston in the eye. Now, the scary thing is, when in this position, if Winston actually has the foresight to punch you, you die. So, you gotta try and, like, slip away from him. If you can also play the line of sight in the doorway, you might interrupt his Tesla cannon enough to actually regenerate enough health that you won't die. But, generally pretty fucked in that position. It's okay. We got pretty far. We got further than we had any right to do. So, it's a success. So we're gonna skip forward. I think we're trying to fade jump right now. I still don't know how to fade jump. I'm still bad at it. But I got to Masters. It's fine. Even though I don't know, one of the, stronger aspects of Moira, admittedly, because there are some maps where you can just immediately go straight up to the high ground. Like, one of the best ones is, Gibraltar's first attack point, the forklift outside of the hangar. You can fade jump on that to get up to the catwalk above the hangar entrance. That's pretty fucking sick, right? But, I'm bad at fade jumping, so it's okay. Doesn't matter. So, we got hooked. That's bad, obviously. We shouldn't have been out that far to begin with, I'll say. Reinhardt does kind of pull the rug out from under us, but we also don't really need to be standing that close. We did watch half our team get killed, but it's okay. They're killing themselves on Bastion right now. So, it evens out in the end. Now, granted, our team's only healer died, which is terrible, because when your healer dies, you tend to die, because you just don't have any staying power. And at this point, we shouldn't even be trying, because there's no way, you know? There's just no way. How could there possibly be a way? If Knuckles were here, he would not show us this direction. Didn't mean to do that. Just kind of push the button automatically. Didn't really think about it. So, you know, yeah, we still shouldn't be here. We shouldn't have come here to begin with. We should be leaving. We got some ult charge. Miraculously, we didn't die, despite having... Like, we should be so dead. Like, we should have died, like, 3 times, but we didn't die, so... Didn't get punished, don't have to learn. So... Now, we still got some track to work with. Junkrat's fucked that up really badly, and we killed him. He wasn't allowed to do that. Again, we're really focused on doing damage, but a lot of our team died, so there's also that. Oh no, here's Roadhog. It's okay, he got bumped while he was trying to kill us, so we didn't die. I was really just watching, like, what are we doing? Like, we just went on this, like, holding these orbs, went on this really weird and obtuse path, and it didn't really do anything, so I'm just kind of wondering why we performed that maneuver. Probably because it's an off-season game, if I had to, like, really guess, you know? So it's okay. The enemy team are being really bad right now. It looks like their only healer is Lucio. No, they also have Zenyatta. That's still not enough healing, because they've got 2 off-healers. You know, neither team has a Mercy, which is obviously terrible, which is just a standing thing with Overwatch, but, theirs is worse, because they've got 2 off-healers, which is simply inadequate. It was like the combo of healers we went with for a dive comp back in the olden days, in the times that land forgot. But, these days, it's a lot harder to kill people, so, because Mercy is currently, you know how Mercy is. So the, dive comp doesn't work quite as well as it used to. So Roadhog's doing this. It doesn't really ever come across as being a point of concern. Like, just kind of looking at the Roadhog using his Rudy Tooty Whiz-Bang Shooty, I'm just like, yeah, you know, he could probably find someone better to shoot than us, honestly. So our Reinhardt just changed to Pharah, which, I don't support as a decision. I'm fine with that, honestly. Like, fuck Pharah, right? Let's show her who's the boss, and we just use Coalescence. I like how decisively we did it as well. We just like, yeah, fuck Pharah. And then she was like, oh, fuck me. We shouldn't have used Coalescence that way, but honestly, I watched it and I'm like, yeah, you show that Pharah who's boss. Pharah's a really annoying hero, you know. A lot of, you know, people say, you know, what hero do you hate playing against? People go, I hate playing against Mei. I hate playing against Torbjorn. Yeah, these heroes aren't fun to play against, but they're also bad heroes, and if you actually play around them, they're not that bad. You know who I hate? I fucking hate Pharah. Because Pharah's a really popular hero. She's really good, also, especially since Mercy's really good right now. And she's the kind of hero you can't ignore, because she does too much damage, and she'll wreck your team if you ignore her. But she's also annoying to kill, and in some cases just straight up impossible to kill, because if the Pharah plays well, I should say. Because if the Pharah plays badly, she won't get much done. But you can say that about literally any hero in the game, so... I hate Pharah. She's very annoying, she's very strong, she's very popular. You can't ignore her. And some heroes just can't kill her. I hate playing against Pharah. There's nothing I dread more than seeing rockets flying at me. Which is, you know, that's how I am in real life as well. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that that converts over into a video game as well. So we've kind of just been tooling around for a little while, not really doing very much, but it's okay, the enemy team have been doing even less, so we've generally not been punished for it. Until, of all things, Baby D.Va popped out, and we seemed quite surprised by it as well. I mean, it's not one you expect to see, Baby D.Va just come flying around the corner like, I'ma get ya! She did get us, though, so I guess that's us shown. So they've almost got Coalescence. They've only got a minute left, so they've only got one push left in them, really. But the way things are going, they'll be lucky if they get that. Oh, shit, that's a scary fade jump. There's no wall there. Just crouch down like, oh, shit. Might have been trying to hide behind Roadhog, actually, but you can't trust a Roadhog. It's also funny, because Roadhog's head was poking over the top of the wall. That other Roadhog's really upset about that one. He was probably trying to go for the exact same thing, but didn't do it quickly enough. Or his latency wasn't good enough, because sometimes Roadhog versus Roadhog comes down to whoever has less ping is the one that wins. Oh god, bit of a jump. So, they've only got one push left. We're just going to use Coalescence right now, which is fair enough, because like we're in the middle of a team fight, and the team fight could go either way right now. So, Lucio just dropped the beat directly on top of Bastion. I have actually seen a Lucio drop the beat from a really high location, land on Pharah's head, and then that's dropped the beat because he's landed on her, but that's very funny. Bastion's slightly less funny because he's a bit of a big dude, but I have actually seen a Lucio land on a Pharah before. So unsurprisingly, they don't win this game, seeing as they've done nothing but stagger themselves for probably the last, like, 2.5 minutes. You know? Oh, just us, just us. That's right. Fucking no team, I swear to God. Zenyatta's a very unusual one to see get play of the game. It's okay, I don't think Zenyatta actually got play of the game, because there's no evidence on screen right now. All I saw was a cursor moving around and some skulls now and then. So, things that stand out the most in this game. We focus on doing damage too much, we don't do enough healing, we fade forward aggressively a lot, and we use the healing orb more than the damage orb. Well, not more than the damage orb, we use the healing orb too much, just still. Healing orb's really bad. And Coalescence was also quite bad, but honestly our team was very rarely ever actually together, so every Coalescence is going to end up being subpar, probably as a result of that. But generally, too aggressive, not healing enough, focusing on doing damage too much. It was an off-season game. I'll give you that, but that's what stand out the most in this game. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful, or at least entertaining, because God, it was terrible.